Alright, it seems to be working. I don't know. I checked, like, when that happens, most of the time it seems to be my upload speeds. But, I don't know. It was just kind of a weird blip. We'll see if others come back. It's working! Yes, we got it fixed. Hello, guys. I'm so sorry about that. Hopefully... Select stream. Refresh. Do 2. Hello. Now can I get... Let's see if we can get the chat done correctly now too. Let's do... Sorry about that, you guys. Sometimes that happens. Save. Let's copy. Chat. Let's go ahead and move chat. Just some technical difficulties, that's right. Add source, browser. Oops. There we go. Listen, we work with what we got, and today we got difficulties. I'm back. We're all back. We did it. We did it. We figured it out, you guys. Listen. And the stream's just gonna be broken up into 2. It's cool. It's fine. I break up my streams anyways most times, so. Alright, hopefully most people are back now. That was a good card. What did we think about the card? Thank you. Did we all like the card? Oh. There we go. There we go. This being brought me dinner. Oh, that's nice. That's actually very cute. Yeah, put some likes in this chat too. If you guys haven't liked the stream yet, like this stream too, so it can match the other one. I'm set. I'm pulling it. Yes, it's such a great card. It was so good. It's going to be one I will consider for a rerun. I think this is a good one for a rerun also. 10 out of 10. I agree, 10 out of 10. I am really happy with this card. And our fishy got happiness once again. Our fish deserves the happiness, honestly. Cargo room. Cargo fast. It was worth it. I got it. Yeah, I'm glad too. It was a really good card. I'm really happy with it, at least. Excuse me. You guys are gonna hear me hot mic for a second. Talks about vehicles. Yeah, I'm not a huge car person. I will admit that. I just haven't really been a huge car person for a really long time. I used to be okay with vehicles, but not anymore. I don't know. He was being a little bit of a rat earlier on. He was, but I think he made up for it. I love that Raphael is a bit of a gearhead. It's kind of cute that he's kind of a gearhead, in some weird roundabout way. It's not the main thing that I mean, it's the same with Silas. I know Silas is a huge car guy also, which is one of the few things that I wouldn't be able to get along with him about. But that's, it's fine. It's cute. I think it is cute. I just wouldn't be able to talk to him about it. Raphael is so cute. I think it's because he's a mermaid. It's true. I think what I really enjoy about Raphael liking vehicles is the fact that it comes from a place of artistry rather than things I thought I'd never hear. It's kind of cute, but it's not my top priority. It's not the top thing. What do you have against cars? It's a long story. It's a very long story. Long story short, I had an ex who was only into cars and would only listen to vehicles all day, every day, and only talk about cars. And I can't do it. Turns out I can get her to work on it. No, nope. I can't. Nope. I don't even know what that car is. Reloads later and got checked. Yay! Welcome back, Nina. He was also so Silas likes speed and comfort. Yeah, it was funny because Lady said, "Oh, on the hood is cute." My ex would have had a conniption fit if anyone sat on the hood of his car. So anytime someone sits on the hood of a car, I'm like, "Oh no." I'll talk to you about any subject. My ears are always open. So, when people start talking about cars, I get kind of my ears kind of turn off about it. Nothing against anybody who likes cars. Anybody who likes cars is free to like cars, but it's like the lowest of the lowest on my priority list. Like it's not even on my priority list. It's like on another list that's not even looked at regularly. No, the PTSD is valid. It is. He used to, just long story short, he would sit in his bedroom and listen to dinos constantly. Like, all the time. It can dent the hoods. Yeah, it certainly can. Absolutely. Bad experience, understandable. It's true. I always lay on the hood of my car, stargaze. Actually, see, and I don't mind it. I think that's kind of neat. It's, and I do think like sitting on the car hood is like super cute to like stargaze. I wouldn't mind that. Valid reason. Raphael was very cute in this card, though. Regardless, sorry, I'm driving again. Doesn't try. Oh, that's fine. Raphael was very cute in this card, though. There's just Raphael is just so cute in general. Solid Subaru, though. Okay, I'm cool with it. Hey, the Subarus hold up pretty good. I'll resend the message I tried to send. Okay, no worries. Oh, are you leaving now, Nina? It was good to see you. Thanks for coming by. I hope you have a great week this week. Great rest of your week this week. Happy holidays if you celebrate them. If not, then I just hope that you have a great week. And if you're in the US, enjoy your time off. Enjoy having the extra days off. All right. Well, that's good. I was worried about that this was going to be like a super short stream. It's a good thing I record on the side. So we'll still get some of it, and I can add whatever on the end of it. But I really liked this card. I thought it was a great card. I like cars, sports. People are low. Sports are low on my list too. Yeah, I love laying on hoods of cars. I haven't done it on mine though, out of fear of denting it. That's fair. No, that's fair. That's fair. Oh, okay. Well, we're happy to still have you here, Nina. I'm just really glad Raphael got a cute card and it wasn't overly sad. Although he's very much confused me a lot recently with how he is and how he does things. Because this guy, I should always know that he has something already planned before I even need to ask. Because he always confuses me. He did it at the beginning of Ignited Echoes also. When he was like, oh, I already know who's going to steal my painting. I wasn't expecting a more serious story. I'm really glad that they're putting in a lot of like character development for Raphael though. It was nice that it was a lighthearted one, even with mentions of his past. It's obvious that he's in a better place now, which makes me happy. I agree. And it feels nice because it feels like he's really starting to try to open up to MC. Even when he doesn't tell her everything, he's like honestly trying. But I agree, there's a lot of rough shenanigans. I feel like we might get some of that. I hope so. Fishies are confusing in general. It's true. All right. There was... So do we want to do... Here, I'll put up a poll because I do need to get up for a second. There's 2 other things that we're going to do. We'll have you guys choose. Hang on. I'm like trying to type with my mic in front of me. Let's see. There we go. Okay. All right, you guys. He really has let MC into his world. He really has. I think it's more that he used to handle things himself and is getting used to having someone he can lean on. Well, it even feels like that with Thomas as well. It feels like he's really letting Thomas in recently as well. Like he mentioned Raphael, or he mentioned him and Thomas weren't that close, but it feels more like even him and Thomas's relationship is sort of growing at the same time, which I was really glad to see Thomas. Also, I'll be right back. Okay. Most definitely on the Thomas front. Yeah. Well, sees Thomas as a close friend and someone he can rely on and trust. Well, I think that's why I kind of would love to see more of how he and Thomas became actual friends, because we saw their first meeting in Anecdote, but not much more after that. Yeah, Christina. Yeah, I would love to see more of him and Raphael, or Thomas and Raphael, more closely. What it kind of feels like with Thomas, with how Raphael treats him, is sort of like Luke and Kieran, the way that Silas treats Luke and Kieran. I think the reason why Raphael treats Thomas the way he does is because he can fully trust him. Or like, you know, gives him a hard time or leaves his name or something, is because he like fully trusts him in every aspect of his life. Rainbow strokes? Okay, we'll do the tender moments next, and then we'll do the anecdote last. Well, as a person who only makes fun of people I actually like endearingly, I can understand. Yeah, that's exactly the way it feels. Thomas handles Raphael at his worst. deserves Raphael at his... Oh, 100%. That's actually a really good way of putting it, Kat, is, yeah. Okay, and it's been a while since I've read this one, so I don't think I remember much about it. I think I will... Might turn it down just a little tiny bit, though. I think these tend to be a little on the loud side. Okay. Oops, sorry. Come on. Yeah, I'm interested in getting more of the story. I really can't wait for the Starfish update because I really think it really feels like these last few cards are gearing up towards some pretty serious character development, but also really heavy story development for Raphael as well. I'll say that once that one should be read after the card. So that's why I suggested it for today. Yeah. No, I totally, if this is the one that we need to, definitely I want to keep on the theme for today. So this actually works out really well. But if we're ready, we can go ahead and get started on this. It's only 9 minutes. So much story in the latest cards. There has been a lot of story in the latest cards. I don't remember anything about this one either, so it's gonna be really fun. I think it's gonna be a blast. But if we're ready to get started on Rainbow Strokes, put some rainbows and fishies in the chat. Why not? I know a lot of people don't want lore in the cards because they're behind story bait, but I kind of enjoy that there's some lore in the cards. Kind of makes them more exciting. I don't know if that makes sense. I like that there's lore in the cards. That's just how it is for me. I want lore too. I definitely want lore. Always lore. All right. We'll go ahead and get started then. I love the trend. Me too. It can be fluff lore, but I want lore. Worth the money one way or another. Oh, 100%. Yeah, no. I definitely am more inclined to get a card and spend on getting a card if there's lore in it. Crowhead thing. I agree with all the people who were having a visceral reaction to it. I used to love doing that until I noticed that my carhead was getting scratched. Mostly those metal divots from the back. Oh, okay. Yeah. Since then, I won't do it anymore. Yeah, no, I totally get it. Unless you put a thick blanket. But I definitely would think it was cute if I laid on top of a hood. All right. Rainbow Strokes. Raphael's Tender Moments. It starts with Raphael this time. All right, Rafi, what you got for us?
Welcome to tiny Stonehenge Airport.
That was such a bumpy ride. I'm
Here, take my photo.
Did you have to explain to every passenger we passed on the plane that I was afraid of heights, not crazy? Everyone kept staring.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Staring at me because of you.
You were clutching me the whole time. I can't feel my arm.
It's numb? Fine. I'll carry your bag then.
Raphael slides my bag off my shoulder and slings it across his.
I was contemplating the other day where I should go to get inspiration when my eyes fell on the antique jigs.
Is this old Raph voice? This sounds much softer.
Jigsaw puzzle we pieced together. The scenery was remarkable, but it wasn't easy to find out where the place was. I spent quite a lot of time looking for it. It always gets a little lonely traveling alone. That's why I asked you along.
So that's why you called me in the middle of the night? It was a spur of the moment thing?
Of course not. I asked you to come along because...
Because of what?
I'll tell you when we get there.
Ma'am, I've just received a notification. I regret to inform you that the ground staff at your origin airport did not load your luggage onto the plane.
What?
It wasn't loaded onto the plane? You mean we have a piece of luggage left in the Lincoln airport?
I do apologize for the inconvenience. When it arrives, I'll arrange for it to be sent immediately to your accommodation.
How can a screw up like this happen? If I don't have my luggage, how am I going to... As soon as I stop talking, I hear the thunder roar.
Let's put that aside for now. At least my luggage made it. It's the rainy season.
Oh,
and it may
yeah.
rain any time. So let's head over to the inn first.
I'm glad your luggage made it, Raphael.
It's been a while since I've been to such a pastoral place. If only we had a red convertible, we'd blaze through the
Oh my god.
through the grasslands.
A convertible? Oh, we do happen to have that. Please, follow me outside.
Walking out of the airport, a convertible, unlike any other, stops before us.
Does this ox cart count as a convertible?
This is how we welcome guests around these parts. We even have a professional driver.
Oh, yeah, this is not gonna work.
It's not too bad. Very rural.
Way to just go with the flow, Raphael. After a bumpy ride on the ox cart, we finally arrive at the inn. There's flamenco music playing in the lobby.
We're finally here. The ox cart was even worse than the plane.
Is that Silas's birthday music? Is the receptionist speaking the local language? I can't understand a
Hand me
single
your
word.
passport and wait for me.
Raphael speaks to the innkeeper in their language, and they seem to hit it off. He comes back he comes back after quite some time.
I have good news, bad news, and more good news. Which do you want to hear first?
Oh, don't beat around the bush. Tell me in that order.
The first piece of good news is that this is a lucky inn. The couples who stayed here got married when they went back.
How is that good news? And the bad news?
The bad news is they have only one room left.
I knew it. Are there other inns nearby?
There's another one 50 kilometers away. That is, if you fancy an overnight ride in the ox cart.
Stop. What else?
The next piece of good news is that we're not far from the giant rock formation. It's a walkable distance. The boss said that after a rain like this, the evening scenery is to die for. I can't wait to see it.
No? So the issue with the room?
In such rural areas, there may not be another inn beyond the village. So I've taken the room.
Before I can react, Raphael grabs my hand and pulls me towards the exit. Mira, you're my good luck charm. First rock card and 5 pulls. Now, Ring Speedman. Yes! I'm glad to be your good luck charm. Oh, this reminds me of the one card of his where there's only one bed. Oh, yeah. Only one room.
We can sort out the room issue later, but the scenery won't wait around for us. Let's go.
Raphael and I walk through the wastelands that stretch as far as the eye can see. The lonely rock formation lies in the distance. The wind is so strong. Will we get there before the grasslands become a wasteland?
I see it. It's up ahead.
Doesn't look like it. Have we come to the wrong place?
My memory is more dependable than anything. The rock formation is exactly the same as the jigsaw puzzle. Once we get closer, you'll see the resemblance.
Something's off. Hold on. Let me compare it to the photo. I take out my phone and scroll through the photos of the pictures of the jigsaw puzzle.
I can't believe you took a photo of the jigsaw.
Raphael, this place is different from the photo.
Let me see.
Raphael leans in and his eyes widen as he looks at the photo.
No way. It's really somewhere else.
But didn't she also lose her
Where
luggage?
else?
I think so. We came to the wrong place. And we wasted 18 hours on the plane just to get here.
Blame it on the rocks.
No,
They're
no, no.
looking the same.
No. Raphael, no.
But since we're here, the scenery is pretty nice. Wouldn't you say so?
I don't know. I wasted my annual leave, my luggage got lost, and the destination was a mistake. I don't want to talk about it right now. MC is not having a good time. Rumbling thunder fills the air, and soon enough, there's a heavy downpour.
The weather forecast is pretty accurate at least. Rain in the evening. Good thing I came prepared.
Raphael opens his umbrella.
Come here. I only brought one.
No, I'm exhausted, and I just want some time to myself.
I'll come over there then.
This is how I felt when he made it hard for me to pull on him.
The rain stopped. Are you just going to sit there and stare into space? Won't you look at me?
Even if I'm not looking at you, I know you're all wet. Why did you even bother bringing another umbrella?
I brought it for you. I'm used to getting soaked in the rain.
Raphael closes the umbrella and gently nags me.
Hey, stop looking down and set your gaze towards the horizon more. It's easier on your eyes.
I look up, seeing a spectacular array of light in the sky that appears after the rain. Whoa, that's a beautiful rainbow.
Yeah, it's been there for a while. You were
Uh-oh, she's hanky. Quick craft for Peter. Time to herself. Time with Fishy.
intent on ignoring me, so I had to admire it on my own. Don't you think this rainbow looks familiar?
The rainbow? If I remember correctly, there was a rainbow on the jigsaw puzzle I saw as well.
Good memory. Actually, I took you out here to see the rainbow.
Not the giant rock formation?
Did I say that?
Trying to deny it, I see.
I recall that day when we were solving the jigsaw puzzle. You said it would be great if you could see it for yourself.
That was just a random thought. I forgot about it the moment it left my mouth.
I know you're moved, but don't look at me like that. I have enough capacity in my brain to store what you say.
My unhappiness just now wasn't aimed at you.
It's okay. I understand how you feel.
No, Raffi.
Hiking through the wilderness to see a giant rock formation. That does make more sense than coming all this way only to see a rainbow. True, rainbows can be seen anywhere, but it's hard to see the entire arc in the city. Those skyscrapers always get in the way. It's the rainy season here, so use this opportunity to take in as much of it as you can.
And that's when the rain starts to fall once more.
It's raining again.
Raphael holds the umbrella over me as the rain pitter-patters against it.
You asked me why I chose to invite you along on our way here. Well, I think sharing this view with someone less special to me would only render its beauty meaningless. If it wasn't for you, I could never convince myself to get on a plane. My heart skipped a beat at every drop during turbulence.
Oh.
That being said, though, with you at my side, I suddenly realized it probably wasn't the turbulence that caused my heart to skip a beat.
No, Raffi.
After that, it no longer felt so unbearable.
Oh, what a sweet guy. Raffi. I'm waiting for the music to end. There we go. Wants so badly for MC to see World. I know, it's so sweet though. That was so good. I really liked this one. The tender moments are so fun. I've had so much fun doing them. Also, I see why people wanted or said that this one coincided with the red convertible, because that was adorable. That was an adorable mention. I liked that one. That was a cute one. And it was kind of nice seeing MC have an emotion as well, like an angry emotion. I don't think we see her annoyed a lot, but I don't know, it felt like she was actually genuinely kind of upset about everything. Emphasis on tender. It is. It also kind of had similar vibes just earlier in the relationship, if that makes it does. Yeah. I agree. This was a good one. I really liked this one. Should we go see Fishy? Let's see what he's... Hi, Robbie. He's like, I heard you talking about me. Totally get MC, though. Everything was going wrong. Honestly. Oh, it shifted to evening. I think my... Ooh! I'm just gonna spend it on... Oops. There we go. Well, yeah, that's what happens when you have to spend too much. This game. That's okay. I need the sand. I've used a lot of sand recently, leveling up everything, so. I really enjoyed these interactions with hello, Raphael. I'm afraid that now that I've put this on him, he's going to wear this more often. I hope not. I do like his running outfit, though. His running outfit's pretty good. I know he doesn't work out that much, but...
Come
and
here.
look at those
The
arms.
sofa is big enough
Like-
for the two of us.
Let's be real. He's so sassy when he sits like that. It's true. I think... Oh no, this is not the one. I do like when he starts taking pictures of himself, though. Like, selfies. It's pretty adorable. I wish that he would post them on the Moments post of him in, like, the cafe being like, hey, I'm in the cafe. They need more Moments
You've been
pictures.
stealing glances at me for a
I
while
want more
now.
Moments post
Do you have
pictures. I
something
want
to
more
tell
Moments
me?
posts in general. Bottles is always what I need to. I'm currently trying to level all my cards. Yes, I think a lot of mine are in 60s now, except for my level. I haven't worried about my 3s yet. I think most of mine are. Most of my myths are 80, except for a few of them, and Awoken. I tried to get my myths up first. I do love when the boys post pictures. My favorite is always Silas and Xavier because they're always so I know. Xavier always posts pictures about cats and I really like it. I think it's super cute. I think, oh yeah, Thomas posted recently. Oh yeah, I put that on my, I'm trying to see. Oh, I guess Caleb was the last one who posted pictures. A picture. I was trying to see if anyone has posted a picture recently. Oh, Silas did. The chicken. What kind of species is that? My favorite Xavier one is still like one of his earliest posts of smoking in the sky. Of smoke in the sky, and he captioned it, "Burn my toast." Oh, and Silas's owl. Yes. At least Xavier is self-aware, you know? That's a good thing, right? Oh, Rafi, thanks. You come. Yeah, okay. Raphael. I think we're just gonna start from the first one. I think we should just start with this one. It's been a long time since I've read the anecdotes. I think the last time I read the anecdotes was when I first started the game. And I didn't have any context for what was going on. So nothing stuck in my brain. MC basically has comps and mafia on her face. Equivalent. It's true. It's a good thing they ignore each other. It's true. My favorite is when MC posts something and they all respond on it, but they pretend they just don't see each other's responses. I love it. It's amazing. Don't see what you don't want to. Ignorance is bliss. That's what they say. right. Well, I think we should get started. This will be the last thing that we do today. I am really excited to read this. It's been a long time, and I really love. I'm really excited to know more about the lore, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Or I'm more excited to understand the context of the lore now, I guess. And there's no, it's just music this time. So I'm actually gonna hold my headphones to the side. Look at how cute he is. I reread the opera one recently, but the others, it's been a while. All right, then I think that we should get right into it then. Because I think they're not long, but they are. Oh, and this one's not the Thomas one. Thomas is in this one. I was so excited to see Thomas. Oh my gosh. I'm really glad we got to see Thomas's 3D model. We need more 3D models of everybody. I think we saw Jeremiah's recently too. Actually, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but Silas doesn't have a 3D model NPC, right? Is that right? Because I think all the boys do. Thomas, or Zane has Grayson. Xavier has Jeremiah. Raphael has Thomas. Oh, Silas and... But they're not 3D modeled. Well, I mean, technically they are, but they also aren't. No, because we only saw Luke and Kieran in the Mace Story cut. Yeah. But also, Caleb doesn't either, because Gideon is not 3D modeled, or has he been 3D modeled? I don't remember. 3D in Midnight Stealth. Yeah, well, what I mean is like in the cards when they're like the single people. I want them on screen together though. That would be hilarious. What memory was that? 3D. The twins have a 3D model. Well, yeah, so what I mean by 3D model, I guess I should clarify. What I mean is, no, we haven't seen a 3D of Gideon. Okay. So Gideon needs one also. But what I mean by 3D model is... what I mean by 3D model is like Thomas or Grayson. Like in the actual memories. Like the boys, I guess I should say. With the static background. There we go. That's what I'm clarifying. A 3D model with the static background. Xavier's birthday last year had a 3D model of Jeremiah. I think when you first meet Jeremiah also, he has a 3D model as well. Aren't in 5 stars. Correct. That's what I'm referring to, is that Silas and Caleb don't have 3D model 5 stars, 5-star ones. I would love to have Talia as well. Within reach. I would love to have. We've never had a Yvonne one, or have we had a Yvonne one as well? Am I not remembering Yvonne? I would love to have 3D models of literally everybody, but I'll take one NPC for all the guys first. Yvonne has only been in the main story. Okay, so she's not been a 3D model. She should be. I think she should be a 3D model as well. I'm not sure about Yvonne. Was she in the main story letting us? Just insane. Yeah, but again, that's not a static background. I don't know if that's technically Yvonne either. I don't know if that's Yvonne or if that's someone else. It doesn't clarify, I don't think. Within reach. Love 3D models of everyone too. I would. I think it would be so fun. I would love to see Talia. I think she would be so pretty. Was Yvonne in Birthday? Not in the card. If she's in the event though, I didn't in the one last year. I didn't read the event from last year. So she might be in the event one, but I'm unsure of that. What I'm saying is we need more 3D models of all the guys. It was very nice seeing Thomas as a 3D model this time. It was not something I expected, though I do expect to see him in the not in the birthday, in the story. Did we say Grayson in the story? I think we do. Okay. I do. I just haven't gone through it yet. We went through Xavier's last year, which is why I know that we had Jeremiah in the birthday one from last year, because we did end up going through that one. I feel like Grayson shows up more than the others. He does. Grayson shows up actually quite a bit. I've seen Grayson in more of the cards than I've seen, I think, anybody else. I think if I were to put it in order, I see Grayson and then I see Thomas a lot, but then I don't see Jeremiah, but I want to see Jeremiah more. And then I want the boys to have a crush on Tara. It's not confirmed. He just has a Miss Hunter that he really likes. At least I'm pretty sure it's not confirmed that it's Tara. That was, yeah. That was our headcanon. Our technical headcanon. Drop a name of who is Miss Hunters. Jeremiah is like a shooting star. A treat once in a while. No! My sixth love interest. I must see you more. We were oh, that's right. Yeah. No, it's just a theory. Cause Grayson has a Miss Hunter. And then the other one was Simone and Gideon, which would totally be fitting. All right. Well, should we get started on this anecdote then? I don't know what to do for this one. What's it called? The unique vermilion. Vermilion is a very pretty color. I think vermilion's green, right? I think that's what I remember. Oh no, it's a red. It's still a pretty color, but I thought it was a green. Oh, I'm thinking of chartreuse. Well, a game theory. All right. If we're ready for... It is a red. My colors are a little off. Oh yeah, chartreuse is the color I'm thinking of. Which is more of like a yellow-green, but... if we're ready, put some... I don't know, red squares in the chat. Put some... Yeah, red square... Or... I wish there was paintings. I would just tell you guys to put paintings in the chat. I don't think they have paintings, though. We can't do paint. If we can't, I mean, we could do fishies just all the time for Raphael. Oh, there is a painting! Oh my gosh. Nina. Way to go. Red squares, red circles, the painting. I can't believe there's a painting. Put that in the chat if we're ready. Oh, there's little paint palettes. Oh my gosh, you guys are so smart. Now I know this later. I forgot. Yeah, the paint palette would have been good too. Paint brushes. I'm so... My brain got thrown off when the stream went all weird. Yes, Cece. Yes, Elizabeth. All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay. And you guys can still hear me okay? Not too loud. It shouldn't be too loud. Let's see if we can turn it up just a little bit so that you guys can hear the music while I'm reading. Because this is all gonna be just reading. Alright. Dang, great. The whole gallery in here now. Listen, we're at Flux Arts, okay? We have our own gallery here at the multiverse. Mic is good? Okay, perfect. All right. The unique vermilion. Okay. Thomas's art exhibition begins in a week. Raphael's art covers almost all of the walls, except one. Thomas announced that, on the opening day, Raphael's magnum opus would be there. However, until then, no one can see it. Not even his sponsors. Of course, only Thomas knows that Raphael's magnum opus is still... He finally finds Raphael in the storage room after running around for a long time. Thomas stops to catch his breath. He wipes the sweat off his forehead with one hand and airs himself with his collar. You're here. Not going to take a bath today? It's so cute. Raphael doesn't spare Thomas a glance. His eyes focused on the building in front of him. It's a fortress made from thousands of identical pieces of fishbone, each tower a different height. I knew you'd bother me, so I locked the bathroom door from the inside. But then I forgot to... That's pretty on brand for Raphael. But then I forgot to go in. Raphael weighs the small bone in his hand, thinks for a bit, then places it on the top left corner of the fortress. Thomas furrows his brow. And the key? I don't know. Fish brain. But Thomas mutters. He takes note of what Raphael is building. You haven't finished your painting yet? Why are you making this? Maybe it's because I can't paint right now. Feeling anxious, Thomas feels any work of Raphael's is a masterpiece. He takes a step. This is pretty good. Why don't we use this as your final piece? People can always see our great paintings, installation art. Raphael glances at him. You want me to rebuild this as an exhibition? It's 2,000 pieces. I don't have that much time. Thomas deflates like a balloon. He massages his temples and says, The sponsors called me again today. They're very worried about the situation regarding the final piece. I know you don't care about these things, but it's not just about you. It's about my reputation. I can't... we can't mess this up. Raphael picks up a large fishbone, holds it in the air, then puts it back on the table. He focuses on the building, completely ignoring Thomas. Poor Thomas. Thomas deserves better. Seeing Raphael ignore him, Thomas becomes exasperated and says, You've been painting for a while. Why don't you let me take a look? Poor Thomas. Thomas deserves to be paid better. Whatever Raphael's paying him, it's not enough. Inside the studio, a painting as tall as the wall is covered in wet paint, filling the air with a smell of minerals. Thomas fancies himself as someone who understands art, but if he's being honest with himself, he can't tell what's missing from this piece. No, because that's only the artist where they've been staring at for a long time and they're like, this area feels off, but I don't know what it is. It's already good enough. Thomas snaps back from his daze and asks, Isn't this already perfect? MC should have accepted his offer in the card and just gave him the money to... MC starts paying Thomas instead. Isn't this perfect already? It's missing a color. Raphael massages his temples, looking distressed. Without this painting isn't complete. Is one color really important? It's already pretty stunning. Why don't we just display this first, then add the color after? Thomas withdraws himself from the painting, his mind filled with many thoughts. He surely does need a raise and more free time from dealing with this full mess. That is right. Paintings I haven't finished will never be released to the public. Raphael glances at Thomas's expression. Don't even think about it. If you move this painting, I'll burn. Raphael! It's so dramatic. If you move this painting, I'll burn it. Raphael. It's giving minor inconvenience, and so I'm going to have a meltdown. Thomas purses his lips. You're a man of your word. Fine. But there has to be a deadline. How about 2 days? Or 3? I can't give you any more than that. Closing his eyes, Raphael nods. It's giving minor inconvenience. That's a little much. I hate it. So you know what? Yeah, lady, you know this though. For an artist, that doesn't feel too out of the realm of possibility. You do something, you work on it, you suddenly hate it, and you're like, the whole thing needs to go in the garbage. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know. This is just, it's giving very artist. 3 days pass in the blink of an eye. Thomas still hasn't heard from Raphael. With no other alternatives, he returns to the island. On the beach, not so far away, a thick branch dances across the sand. The man holding it stands up from time to time to look at the drawing. I mean, fair, sometimes things deserve the trash. It's true. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Everything is ready. Why would I lie to you? Thomas shifts his phone from left to right, then right to left. You know his temper. No one can see the painting until the opening of the exhibition. You're all the same. Ending his call with the sponsor's manager, Thomas walks towards the man drawing on the beach. It's been 3 days. Thomas says when he's close to Raphael, Mr. Artist, we have 4 days left until the exhibition. What are you doing? Did you go blind already? Raphael stands up and props the branch up with his right hand. At his feet, a drawing of the sea is in the sand. If only you drew this at the exhibition. What's the point of having it here? After admiring his work, Thomas quickly asks, did you find that color? I love how Thomas just knows where to find it too. Like, I wonder if he has like a predetermined knowledge of where he might be, or if he like has a set of places that he like methodically has gone through just to, so like he starts in the house. If he doesn't see him in the main room, then he goes and like checks his bedroom, and then if he's not in there, he goes and checks the bathroom, and if he's not there, then he's like heads out to the backyard where the pool is, and if he's not there, he's like, I'll go check this one section of the beach. And then there's like, it's like down the list. Thomas has a tracker on him. He's actually got an ankle bracelet. What's the point of having it here? After admiring his work, Thomas quickly asks, did you find the color? His hide and seek. But I think that makes sense because he does know a lot about Raphael. Yeah. Raphael slams the stick into the sand twice. If I did, I wouldn't be drawing here, he says, slightly frustrated. I'm wondering how quickly Raphael found Thomas. If Raph didn't find Thomas immediately, I kind of wonder how many other assistants Raphael went through before him. Actually, that'd be kind of an interesting... I think it's kind of talked about in this one. Okay. Raphael slams the stick in the sand twice. If I did, I wouldn't be drawing here. He says slightly frustrated. I believe the draw. Sighing, Thomas puts his hand on his waist. Let's go to my friend's pigment factory. There are thousands of colors there. You're bound to find the one you want. No, Raphael says. Those have all been chosen countless times by other people. Raphael, I get it. I will never let them be in my paintings. Thomas sighs. I knew you'd be like this. I wouldn't have suggested this if I could afford to wait any longer. Chuckling, he continues in his wistful tone. You were like this when we first met. Looking up at the endless blue sea, Thomas closes his eyes. I remember back then, I compared myself to you. Thomas recalls the time when he was still passionate about art. Oh no! I'm gonna be... Oh no! Thomas does have kids. Maybe it's intuition by fussy people. Look, I could see the complete spectrum of color and would feel so. Honestly, I get it, Raphael. Passionate colors. Are we doing okay? I think I'm still okay on my end. Okay. At a charity event, his painting just so happened to be displayed alongside Raphael. I didn't know Thomas was an artist. I didn't remember that. Thomas had heard of Raphael before. He thought he stood a chance against him. If his painting sold for a price higher than Raphael's, then he would become famous overnight. With that thought, Thomas went to the exhibit early. This time, their works were quite similar in tone. Comparing the two, he noticed Raphael's was more unique, yet he didn't want to admit it. Thomas always thought his work was better than everyone else's. But those who approached the two paintings only admired Raphael's and ignored Thomas's. Thomas reassured himself. These people only care about Raphael's name. They don't know anything about the true meaning of art. Near the end of the exhibit, an old man approached the paintings. Thomas recognized this old man as a famous art collector. Finally, someone who knew art. When the old man stopped in front of the two paintings, his eyes looked only at Raphael's piece. Such a passionate color. Only Mr. Raphael could convey emotions like this. Thomas was consumed by jealousy. Mr. Thomas's painting is pretty good too, right? The old man took his glasses off. He glanced at Thomas's painting, waved his hand, and said, "The red's off." Thomas's painting wasn't sold for a good price that night. It was the same night he decided to let himself visit Raphael. This is so cute. I mean, like, I'm kind of excited that I know more about this story now, that this kind of is making sense. Raphael only let him in when he heard Thomas was also an artist. That was the first time Thomas met him. Thomas wanted to have an artistic discussion with Raphael about colors, but Raphael didn't seem interested. He just sat at his desk, mixing colors in paper cups. Thomas asked if he knew his paintings sold at a high price. Without lifting his head, Raphael asked, Which one? The one at the charity event. Oh. I do feel for Thomas, though, but I think he handles it in a very mature way. I do, too. I kind of like it. I like that Thomas isn't immediately getting, like... It's like like you said, he's in a very mature way. He recognized he was getting jealous, so he's like, well, let me go visit Raphael to see what he does. And even in this top thing where he says, at his lukewarm response, Thomas was confused. Do you want to know how much you sold it for? Instead of getting mad at Raphael's lukewarm response, he's like, well, now I have to know why he's responding the way he is. That's probably why he makes a good pair with Raphael, is because he's very level-headed. He's not just wanting to tear Raphael down. He wants to get advice from him. Yeah, exactly. As long as it benefits the charity, I don't care how much money it makes, Raphael said, then mumbled about the paint lacking something. He picked up his brush and looked for some color on his palette. Recalling the old man's critique, Thomas asked, "What brand of paint do you use?" As if he had never heard of that word before, Raphael finally looks up at Thomas. Brand? Worried that Raphael wouldn't tell him, Thomas decided to lay out his choice of paints first. Madeline, Bailey, Curio. Those are the brands I use. I'll trade some with you. Bye, Kat. Thanks for stopping by again. I hope you have a good rest of your day and have a great week. Raphael like brand? You. Brands are not my style. Raphael stirred the contents of the paper cup with a small brush. It took him a while to say, "Thanks, but I can make it myself." Thomas took a deep breath. Is this the attitude of a famous artist? How did you make the red in your painting then? He asks. Raphael made a line on a piece of paper. Made on a piece of paper with the paint from the paper cup. Satisfied, he looked up at Thomas again. Are you here because you want to learn from me? Hearing this, Thomas felt a little irritated. There we go, there's the irritation. But he knew that to learn the truth, he had to let go of his pride. If you tell me, I'll make you even more famous. Raphael took the paint he mixed to his canvas. I don't paint for fame. Thomas returned to the present, opening his eyes to gaze at how the waves lapped the sand. He feels sentimental. After that, I studied business to become your manager. To be honest with you, I was stunned the first time I saw your work. I couldn't believe that someone as talented as you existed. So I believed in your talent. You wouldn't be stopped by artist's block. You'd... Turning back, Thomas's words stop in his throat. Raphael's figure moves further and further away, eventually coming a small dot in the distance. Hang on, I think this is a familiar sight. He didn't let jealousy overtake his judgment. He sought to better himself out of curiosity, but then ended up admiring him when that's how I read it. Yeah, that's exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's what I really like about Thomas too. So the question is, and they might answer it in this, but does Thomas know he's a Lemurian? Is he aware of that? With 2 days left until the exhibition, Thomas decides to take matters into his own hands. Darkness covers the sea and the island, and the studio is lit up by the moonlight filtering through the windows. Thomas sneaks inside. He glances around, and when he doesn't see any signs of Raphael, he fixes his gaze on the giant painting leaning against the wall. I've been trying to figure out this whole time. Not confirmed. Okay. Because it seems like they don't try to hide it around Thomas particularly. I mean, he doesn't really try to hide it at all, but most people aren't going to go around saying, "Are you a Lemurian?" I don't think he knows yet. Okay. I wonder if he feels like something is just kind of off about him, but doesn't ask questions. His footsteps are silent as he moves toward it. He puts on the gloves he brought with him, kneels, and tries to pick up the painting. Thomas. I feel like he knows more than he lets on. I mean, he seems to know about Raphael's needs, so he either assumes he's super eccentric or he knows, and Raphael and him just kind of agree to not say. So it's like don't ask, don't tell sort of thing, but they know, but just we don't say anything about it. Right at this moment, someone comes out from the shadows. Uh-oh. The air is filled with the sound of a match being lit. Oh no, no. Oh no. Thomas shouts, "What are you doing with the match?" Raphael glares at him. "If that painting moves even 1 centimeter, I will light it on fire." I just have to ask also. Why? Why is Raphael using a match? You done messed up, Thomas. Raphael, your evol is fire. And I'm pretty sure having an evolver around is not unheard of. So why are you using a match? We don't talk over, no. Okay, fine. Don't do it. Thomas takes several steps back. Raphael, match in hand, stands near the painting. His gaze doesn't leave Thomas. With the match so close to the painting, Thomas's heart almost jumps out of his chest. Hurriedly, he says, "I moved it at most 9 millimeters. It hasn't moved a centimeter. You can see for yourself." So much extra work for the trauma. But Raph, who's your evil? Oh, it's more dramatic. Raphael's gaze shifts, but he doesn't look at the painting. Rather, he stares at Thomas's feet. "Move. Oh, you're stepping on my conch." How does Thomas not know he's stepping on a conch? The wooden board Raphael has slept on since noon rests in the corner. Why are you sleeping on a wooden board, Raphael? Thomas turns on the light and moves it aside. How can you even sleep on it? Are you seriously doing this just so you can guard your paint? This man is so dramatic. You know what, though? It's kind of neat reading through this now after all of the character development we've had for Raphael, because this sort of brings you back to when you first meet Raphael and how sort of like it goes back to you know, all throws all caution to the wind. Like he'll dramatically do anything just to get his way. And he doesn't do that anymore. You think Thomas would have noticed that? It's the light flickers on. Thomas notices what Raphael is holding. A conch he's never seen before. He clicks his tongue, puts his arm on his waist, and glares at Raphael. There are 2 days left until the exhibition, and you're trying seafood? Raphael looks at Thomas for a few moments before he says, "Do you think of nothing else other than eating nature's creations when you see them?" Thomas takes a moment to think. "You want to use it as paint?" "Yep." Raphael wipes the conch with the utmost care. "The color I need might be in here." Thomas, after a moment of shock, grabs Raphael's arms. "Then what are you waiting for? Hurry up and start painting." Raphael pulls his arm away and says, "I can't paint right now. It'll take me at least 3 days to get the paint out." Raffy. 3 days? Thomas felt as though he might be struck by lightning. Taking a deep breath, he asks, is it possible to extract the color in one day? Raphael pats Thomas's shoulder. Nope. Excitement fades from Thomas's face. Poor Thomas. I could hear the nope in Raphael's voice too. On the night before the exhibition, Thomas calls Raphael for the 10th time, but to no avail. He takes a deep breath. He knew he'd be like this. Thankfully, Thomas has a plan. It's not the greatest plan, but at this rate, he has to give it a go. I feel for Thomas here. Getting people to finish projects is something. Oh yeah, lady. 3 days, poor Thomas. It's been 3 days since the end of the exhibition. A mountain of conches sits in the corner of the studio, leading up to an assortment of paints. Pieces of conch shell are scattered across the floor. Raphael stands in front of the painting with a brush. In his left hand, a roughly thumb-sized blotch of color stands out among his colorful palette. Thomas drifts into Raphael's studio with a smile. He sits at the coffee table and pours himself a cup of coffee. Glancing at Raphael, he says, still smiling, "You don't need to keep painting. The exhibition is over." Raphael doesn't turn around. He drags his brush across the painting. "I hung a frame on the wall, gave it a strange name, and called it a day." I don't think I have been more proud of of Thomas than I am in this moment. It takes a true friend. He's right for this. Everyone who came said it was the pinnacle of art. I love this. This is the epitome of what art is like sometimes. Who knew the magnum opus could be so easily replaced with a frame? Maybe I still have some artistic talent in me. I can see him yanking the conch and smashing it. Seeing Raphael ignore him, Thomas's excitement fades. Putting down his coffee, Thomas goes up to Raphael and looks at his painting. There are a few more touches of reddish purple in Raphael's painting. It's the same bright color that's on his palette. Thomas furrows his brow. Is this the color you've been looking for? Yes, Raphael replies. Raph is gonna be so mad though that people think he's that kind of artist. It's true. Thomas takes a step back to take in the whole painting. Then he moves closer. I can't tell the difference between this and the claret violet from the factories. Raphael looks at him speechless. I could only imagine the aghast look that Raphael gave Thomas after he said that. Like, as someone who's into color theory also, I can't imagine someone going, it looks the same as this other color. Like, Thomas glances at the conch shell nearby and asks, did you extract the color from those? Yeah, it's called Tyrian purple. It took 10,000 conches to get 1 gram. It's a completely different color from claret violet. You can't tell the difference, Mr. Manager? How dare he? Yeah, that looks like the paint I got from Michael's. Thomas scratches his head. Tyrian purple. Right, I know. Decades of art history has long since faded from Thomas's mind, but he vaguely remembers that Tyrian purple is a shade more precious than gold, used only by ancient royal families. How dare you, Thomas? It looks the same. They're totally different. But this color isn't rare anymore, Thomas says. After all, technology is so advanced now. It is rare, though. Raphael dabs his paintbrush and paints another stroke onto the painting. Do you remember the vermilion you were looking for so many years ago? Thomas doesn't turn around. It's been so many years, I gave up looking for it. Besides, no matter how much I try, I could never mix a color as great as yours. He snorts. A unique vermilion. Does that even exist? Of course it does, Raphael says. Vermilion is a super rare color in ancient times. You should know. Well, yes, because the process back then wasn't as developed, and they didn't have the technology. They could only use bugs to make that color. So they'd need to take into account the cost of catching them and storing the materials. It's a very expensive process, so of course it was rare. Thomas continues to calculate the total cost. It being labor intensive is one thing, but that's not the reason it's rare. Adding another stroke to the painting, Raphael continues. An insect can only give so much red to the painter's work. The vermilion nowadays can be easily synthesized with chemicals. Thomas doesn't understand Raphael's point. Isn't that great though? More people can paint now. More paintings have the same pigment, made at some factory at the same time, with the same chemicals and formulas. Raphael says, no matter how much these people mix or tweak their pigments, they will always be confined to a set of rules. The color they make no longer comes from a unique bug, just like how claret violet doesn't come from a unique conch. With that, Thomas finally understands. The work of the painters in the days of yore are priceless because of the sanctity of their paintings. No one can reproduce their works, which makes them unique. There's nothing more precious than being one of a kind in the world. The same goes for color. With the last smear of Tyrian purple, Raphael puts away his brush and looks at Thomas. This is the unique color I found. Thomas, this is... This just made me love Raphael even more. Like, I went to college and specialized in color because I really enjoy color. Most of my arts are very Pollock-esque with mostly color. And the fact that he just like, it's not about the color itself, it's about the uniqueness of the process of how you get the color is just, it's something so very, I don't know, it's something so very special. My heart is so, I just love it so much. Thomas is, let's see, the snares room. Thomas is dumbfounded. He looks back at Raphael's painting, Tyrian purple and all, and it does seem a little bit different. Thomas can't tell what exactly has changed, but he knows that this will be one of the most precious paintings in the world. I do really love this insight into how he works. Color theory is so interesting too. It really is. It's very interesting. A few months later, Raphael's painting is displayed in the grand exhibition. A young and aspiring artist stands in front of the artwork and sneers. They say the most fantastical part of this piece is the reddish purple, but I don't see the difference between this and the one I mixed with normal paints. After sending a businessman away with a smile, Thomas frowns. He walks up to the painter, straightens his posture, and says, "Let me tell you, sir, this painting before you, with the reddish purple, is painted by the one and only Mr. Raphael. He extracted this unique color from 10,000 conches, completely different from the manufactured one in your painting. That's what makes this shade fantastical. And that's one of the reasons why Mr. Raphael is legendary." That was so good. It's so cool to read this again and to like fully understand now, especially again, like I said, with all the character development that Raphael has gone through recently. It's just so cool to, you kind of get an insight into his brain early on without even realizing it. I love Thomas so much. Time to say goodnight. See you. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks for coming in today. I'm glad you could stick around for this at least. I hope that you have a wonderful night, though, and have a great week. Be finishing up stream here in a minute. I do enjoy this though. I thought this was really cute, and I love Thomas. I really wish there was more interactions with the NPCs. I love when they bring in the NPCs and we get to know more about them. It makes the world feel more full. I mean, the world is already pretty full, but it's really nice to have experiences outside of the love interests. So I'm really glad, and it's nice to know a little bit more about Thomas as well. Yeah, nice job. Well, that was a nice little variety we got today. The card was cute. Raphael's stuff is super cute anyways. I think all of his stuff is just, I don't know. Raphael is so interesting. He's such an interesting character. So I'm really excited that we've gotten so much on him. Now, when Starfish update in bold.
I just saw something funny and was about to send it to you.
Nice Raphael stream. Yeah, it was a good Raphael stream. I'm really happy about it. And I'm really glad you guys were here to experience it with me. I think that's Raphael's. He is a really well written up character. I think all of them are, I mean, obviously all of them are kind of unique in their own way. But Raphael's character is definitely interesting in the way that he's developed, or at least in his progression. I don't know if that makes sense. His progression in with his story and like how he starts off versus how he is now is completely different, but
You've been stealing glances at me for a while now.
I don't know. You guys can suss out what I'm trying to say. It's different, but the progression of it makes sense. It's like they could have easily made his character stay the way it was. He's always one of those characters. Yeah. That's exactly it. He could have easily been a very one-dimensional character, I think, is what I'm trying to say. That's why him and Xavier are one of the most interesting to learn more from. Yeah. Yeah, Xavier's the same way, I think. Xavier's lore is pretty interesting too. It's the ones, I think it's because, well, him and Xavier, I think, are the same way, where they could have easily been just one-dimensional characters. Like their archetype when they start out or when you first meet them are very surface level characters that could easily be not pushed in the boundary, or their boundaries not pushed into depth. But they give you enough of them later on in the game that you start realizing there's a lot more to them, and that kind of makes them more interesting. So many characters like that that are just
stealing glances
flat.
At me for a while now.
Yeah, I mean, all of and we've had this discussion before with all of the characters. They all started out with specific archetypes, but they've really rounded them out, and I think that's what makes them interesting, and I think that's what really succeeds in these characters and the way the story is that they're just more. Raphael's taking so they're so well rounded that they almost, even though they start off in specific archetypes, they no longer fit under those archetypes as much. They sort of all just blend together now. Like they have their baseline archetypes, but there's so much more to each of them that they sort of fit into several of the archetypes now. Which, again, makes this game so successful.
I wanted to share a song with you.
And I think this game deserves, I guess exactly, that's a good point. Props to the writing team. I agree. Props to the writing team. And I might say maybe a hot take beyond the tropes. I agree. maybe it's not such a hot take, but I know that Infold and their pricing is
thought I'd like
a little
these?
extravagant.
I don't like
I'm
them
putting
at
it
all.
nicely. I've never shied away from how I feel about some of the prices of things and how much they spend and stuff. I'm not gonna like sit there and be like, oh, it's like, almighty Infold. But to a degree, I do feel that they deserve it. Now, do I think they need competition? Sure. I'm not going to deny that. Of course, I think they need competition. I think competition is healthy.
Do you have something to tell me?
But I think that they deserve some credit where credit is due, because they are the first ones to create something like this and have, not just the 3D and the deep story and the lore and stuff like that, but to have characters that started out as tropes and have developed way past that. And, aside from the weird parasocial stuff that could happen with this game, I think they deserve the credit of,
Is it that
listen,
obvious?
they were smart enough to create something like this, and they deserve the props that they get. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. This is the only gacha game that I've gave money to. I do feel it's worth it. Yeah, and that's exactly it, is that, this is, I mean, it's the first gacha that I've really played, and it's the first gacha I've really super gotten into, and it's the first Otome that I've really gotten into, but I definitely feel it's worth the money that I give to it.
To tell me?
I'll admit, for the moment, he walked away. I put Raph as the bottom of my harem, but he's been redeeming himself. That and Xavier seems so much like a cinnamon roll. Yeah. Raphael was at the bottom of my harem for a really long time, and he's now my top 3. I think he's part of my top 3 of my harem. I was talking to a friend who plays multiple gachas, and this game is honestly pretty fair and decent with its pity system. It is honestly, the precision wish is fantastic thing. It is a fantastic. The precision wish is a nice thing. It's so great. And really, the only other 2 gacha games I play are MLQC and Infinity Nikki, which are both run by Infold as well. Well, it's MLQC is not Infold; it's Paper Games, but MLQC, their pity is atrocious. It's so gross. I can't even like.
For a while now. Do you have something to tell me?
Like, I can't even imagine having a pity like that. Infinity Nikki's is pretty fair, I feel, as well. No matter the 5-star banner, you're guaranteed your card or cards in case of myth. 150. That's exactly it, is the fact that you're guaranteed to get something in at least 150 polls is incredible. It's actually my first main before I met Silas in game. Oh, really? He was just instantly captivating. But like, they have started to see more of them both, and now Caleb has so much attack. Also excuseful. It's true. LQC is kind of, yeah, it's atrocious. Polling is a nightmare on MLQC. I can't even think about. I try not to think too hard on it.
What was I saying? Let me think.
And I think I was talking to my brother about the pity system as well recently, because my brother doesn't play gachas, but he was like, what makes the difference between this gacha and like other gachas? And I was like, well, I feel like even with the diamond grind the way it is, I do agree that having a diamond grind might, I would be okay if there was like an extra diamond grind or 2. I'm not gonna deny that. Obviously, I think it would be cool.
How long have you been standing here? Maybe I was too focused.
But I feel like even then, I still don't really have to give too much. I mean, aside from the reruns, but I've had my discussion about the reruns. I just kept him at the bottom of this. It's getting better now. I'm gonna have to run for the night. Oh, that's okay. You know what? We'll go ahead and just have it. This is my second I've played. It's taken over my life too, obviously. No, we're gonna go ahead and I think we're gonna go ahead and end it there. It is getting later, and I know the holidays are coming up, and people are gonna start getting busy. So I've actually got to start getting this edited so I can get everything up for the week so that I have everything ready. So I think we'll go ahead and just end it there. Thank you, lady, for coming. I'm glad you were able to stick around. Good luck on your holiday baking. I'll go ahead and do my outro.
Glances at me for a while now. Do you have something to tell me?
Thank you all so much for watching. Oops. Thank you for coming back to anybody who they offer more packs on reruns. I have the same though. Same. I agree. I'm gonna go ahead and do my outro. I guess Raphael wants to say bye too. Thank you all so much for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. I'd really love to see you guys around. I also have an Instagram and Blue Sky where I post nearly every day. Oh, okay. Good luck with that. I also stream like this every Tuesday at noon PST. Keep an eye out for next week. I may start earlier next week, depending on what happens. To everybody who celebrates the holidays, enjoy your week this week. Enjoy your time with family or friends or however you spend it. I hope that you guys have a wonderful week. If you don't celebrate, well then enjoy some of your time off. I know that you're still going to get your days off, so enjoy the 4-day weekend. I will see you guys later, or I will see you guys next week. I appreciate you all. Thank you all so much for coming. You guys are really awesome. And as always, stay safe out there, hunters. Bye, guys. I love you all.
It's okay if we don't talk. Let's be quiet like this for a while.